Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
My helper in the kitchen today is the one and only Ted, also known as Ted E. Bear. How you doing, little man? Doing okay? What Ted's really here for is he wants some Temptations. So if the people at Temptations would like to sponsor this video, Ted would be very appreciative. Hey guys, Bill, the Kansas Flamingo chef. It's Mardi Gras week. My buddy Ted and I are going to cook up some dirty rice. We're going to need bell pepper, onion, and celery, a half cup each. Andouille sausage, we're going to chop up 1 link. And then I've got ground beef, you can use sausage, chicken broth, spices including Creole, sage, and garlic, some Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, and of course rice. Before we get started, let me acknowledge that this is not the only way to make dirty rice. In fact, there's probably more recipes for this than just about anything there is in Southern cooking. But this is my way of doing it that I like the best. There are plenty of other ways. You can cook the rice first and combine them. I get it. You could use chicken liver or beef liver, or even I've seen boudin thrown in dirty rice over the years. Breakfast sausage in exchange for beef. I get it. So don't be afraid to play with flavors. I will say this, not a fan of using chicken liver in this for one reason and one reason alone. It makes it very strong in its taste of iron, which I just don't enjoy. I also do make dirty rice quite often by making the rice first. But in this case, we're going to cook the rice as part of the dish. So here's what we do. Here's how we're going to do it today. I'm going to brown the ground beef first. So I'm just dumping a pound of ground beef. This is 85% lean, but you can use whatever you want. If you're using sausage, you do that. If you're using a blend, that's fine. I like the pork and beef blend stuff really well, and I use that quite often. But I just happen to have this pound of ground beef in the fridge, so we're going to use it. As far as this goes, just brown this till it's almost done, and then we'll add the sausage, the sausage. If you don't have one of these things in your kitchen, man, I'm telling you, for about $4, this is one of the best things there is. This is just a way to quickly break up ground meat in your pan. Really simple. You just twist it, and that way you don't have just giant lumps. And then as it cooks, you can actually use it like a potato masher to break it up even more. As this beef is just starting to brown, I'm going to grab my Worcestershire sauce and give it about 3 good plunges. If you don't know, and it is pronounced Worcestershire, by the way, I know it doesn't make sense, but Worcestershire actually brings out the flavors in other things. If you taste it by itself, it's disgusting. But when you add it to a meat product or even vegetable products, it enhances that flavor. So when you're browning the beef, a little bit of Worcestershire will bring forward the flavors we're looking for without adding a lot of salt. Beef's about halfway cooked through. Move it around a little bit. Make sure it's good and broken up. I'm going to go ahead now and add my andouille. This is about a half a pound of andouille sausage. Now the andouille's already cooked, but we're going to release the oils from it into this meat. And just go ahead and kind of mix that together. Again, if you don't want to use andouille, don't use andouille. This is the way I like it. If you try it, you might find out you like it, as my dad used to say. All right, at this point, I'm going to add some Creole seasoning. You need to do this to taste, boys and girls. I like a lot, but if you don't like a lot, use a teaspoon. And you can always add more later. All right, now we're going to add some salt, pepper, and garlic. Now, I'm going to use Kinder's The Blend because it's fast and easy, this stuff. And I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of that salt, pepper, and garlic. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of sage. Now, sage brings out the essence of the vegetables, which are going in next. And a little extra garlic. without changing the texture. I'm going to work that in. Oh, that's a beautiful smell. And now we're going to put in our vegetables, our whole trinity. That's about a half cup each of onion, bell pepper, and celery. So about 2 good stalks of celery, 1 small yellow onion, and 1 medium bell pepper. I'm going to mix those together. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. All right. Turn the heat down a little bit, and we're going to add about 3 to 4 shots of hot sauce. Yeah, that was 7, but you do what you want. And then if you want to kick this heat up, you're going to throw in a little cayenne. Do not go crazy on the cayenne, because I promise you, you're going to know it's there. All right. We're going to cook this just a couple of minutes, long enough for these vegetables to start to soften up. We don't want them falling apart. We just want to soften them up. And as that cooks down a little bit, now we're going to add rice. I'm going to add, now if you want to pre-cook the rice and turn this together, that's fine. I like doing it this way because I think it produces a better finished product. So this is a half cup of rice. I'm going to do that 3 times. So just about 1.5 cups total. A little too much is better than not enough. Now just lightly turn this together. Now, what I'm going to let happen here for just a couple of minutes is I'm going to let that rice get a little color. I'm going to brown it just a little bit. That depth will help with the flavor. Okay? Just give it a minute. We're not going to burn it. We're just going to let it brown for just a minute. Before we add liquid to this, we need to make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom. Turn the heat down to medium. All I'm going to do is just run a spatula across the pan and make sure I don't have anything stuck. Okay? Now, we're going to add our chicken broth. You're going to need about 3 cups. This is 4 cups, so I'm not going to use all of it, but most of it. That's about right. Now just lightly turn this together. The idea at this point is that the liquid should stand just above everything else, but it shouldn't be just completely sinking in it or swimming in it, whatever you want. It shouldn't look like a soup, right? Now at this point, I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of water. And turn that in too. All right. Now we're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. As you can see, the other 2 have showed up looking for their dinner, and it's just about time to open this up. Say hi, Chloe. What you doing, little girl? Panther, what are you doing? Just clear over here. They want to eat. So do I. It's been almost 20 minutes. Let's take this top off, see what we got. Oh yeah. When you open this up, you just want to stir it a little bit. Make sure you don't have anything stuck. And there's still a little bit of liquid in here, but not very much. It will absorb it. It's okay for it to be a little wet. That's the way I like it anyway. And let's give it a taste. There it is. Oh. Now, you can eat this as a meal. You can serve it as a side dish. I do both, but that is so good. It's so filling. I'm going to turn the heat off. stir it up a little bit and leave it here and let it all mesh together. And dinner is served. It's dirty rice. If there's something you'd like me to make, questions, comments, what be it, you can email me, bill@kansasflamingochef.com, or you can just comment right here on this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. It means the world to me. Give this a try. No, again, I make mine hot. If you don't want it this hot, don't put in all that cayenne pepper. I like it. Until next time, happy Mardi Gras. Eat fabulous. I'll see you soon.